My fiance wanted me to sell my late mom's house for her dream wedding. I told her I wasn't living in the past, but that didn't mean I was going to erase it either. From there, things just spiraled. She started saying things like, "Why are you being so difficult? Don't you want to make me happy? It's just a house, we can always buy another one later." I tried to explain to her that it wasn't about the money. It was about the meaning behind it. I even offered compromises, cutting down the wedding guest list, finding a smaller venue, or even postponing the wedding for a year so we could save more. But none of that was good enough for her. "I've been dreaming about this day my whole life," she said. "Why don't you care enough to make it perfect for me?" At this point, I was getting frustrated. I told her I did care, about her, about the wedding, about our future, but I wasn't willing to destroy a piece of my past to fund it. That's when she dropped the bomb. "Maybe you're not ready to get married after all, because if you were, you'd understand that sacrifices need to be made." Sacrifices. I'd been making sacrifices for her since day one. I'd given up time, energy, and money to make her happy. But this? Selling my mom's house? That wasn't a sacrifice, it was a betrayal of everything I held dear. And the fact that she didn't understand that made me start to question everything about our relationship. That night, I couldn't sleep. Her words kept echoing in my head, "It's just a house." I started to realize that this wasn't about the house. It was about values. About respect. About whether she truly understood who I was and what mattered to me. And honestly, I wasn't sure anymore. A couple of days later, I thought we'd both cooled off enough to have a calmer conversation about it. I brought up the wedding again, hoping we could find some middle ground. But instead of working with me, she doubled down. She said, "You know, I've been thinking. If you're this attached to your mom's house, maybe we should just sell it after the wedding. That way, you won't feel like you're losing it right away, and we can still afford everything we need." I stared at her, completely stunned. It wasn't just that she was still pushing the idea, it was the way she said it. Like she was trying to manipulate me into agreeing. Like she thought postponing the sale would somehow make me okay with it. I told her as calmly as I could manage that it wasn't happening. Not now. Not later. Not ever. That's when she hit me with, "So what? You're just going to let me settle for some tacky, low-budget wedding because you're too stubborn to let go of a house? What's more important to you, me or a pile of bricks?" I lost it. I told her, "This isn't about bricks. This is about respect. You're asking me to erase one of the few things I have left of my mom just so you can show off for a bunch of people we don't even talk to, and if you can't see why that's a problem, then maybe we shouldn't be getting married at all." Her face went pale, and for a moment, I thought I'd finally gotten through to her. But instead of apologizing or trying to understand, she got defensive. "You know what? Maybe you're right. Maybe we shouldn't be getting married. Because clearly, you care more about a stupid house than you do about me." I couldn't even respond to that. I just walked out of the room completely.